Hey, good morning, good afternoon, and good evening. I am Gamion. I will be your game developer for the stream. My co-host Mega Kitty left the room in the middle of the intro, so we're gonna keep an eye out, see if she will be coming back in a little while. So I am a AAA developer by day, but by night, I'm on nights and weekends, I should say. I am developing an online multiplayer soccer brawler in my free time as an indie called Field of Heroes, which I hope to have out as a demo in spring. And as we know, spring is already almost around the corner, so I've got to hurry and get that release out. So today, I'm just going to try and knock out a couple of things on my list here. So here's my bug tracker. We're down to 23 items left, and I want to try and knock out credits tab, maybe the ping wheel on stream, and I've got a few other things that have already been in progress that I just want to review and make sure they look good so I can knock those out. In addition to that, I have one other task I want to do first, which has to do with how much damage that some of the heroes can do. So I'm just going to jump right into that. And again, if you're new here, it's your first time, then and you like what you see, then go ahead and give us a wish list, and let's go from there. Let's see. Here we go. Okay. So one of the things I had concerns about was how much damage one of the heroes do when they slide. So I'll show you this. So you slide. Okay, stop. So, oh, no, I didn't. Let me do that again. So when they slide, they do about 30 damage, which is more than half of the hero's hit points. And I think that's a bit much. I want to cut that back a bit. One of the main complaints from the last playtest was some of the abilities are still one-shot. And while technically they're not one-shot, they still do too much damage. So what I'm going to do is fix that by going into my CSV file where I track all the damage numbers that all the heroes do, and we're going to go and kind of get that down from 30 to 20, which I think is fair. So to do that, I'm just going to open the abilities table right here, like so, and here we go. Here's the tackle. It's tone that down from 30 damage to 20. And there's also one other tackle ability that I believe it was brawler. Yeah, slice should do 30, but let's see, beast mode. Oh, I thought it's tumbled. Yeah, here we go. Oh, it's already 20. Good. So that was 20, and we're gonna make this 20. So save that change, and then we're gonna re-import. I think that's the button for it. And there we go. So now it should deal less damage. And by the way, there's now a yellow bar that appears. That's better. Man, maybe I should make it. No, I think that's fair because it also takes the ball away from them, like this. So it does about maybe 40% damage and takes the ball away. I think for something that recharges every 20 seconds, I think that's fair. So I'm gonna commit that to source control real quick. All right, and there we go. Say updated. Oop. Changed. Dodger tackle damage from 30 to 20. Okay, that's good. And the data source as well. Oh, I thought I had more. Oh, okay. So pending changes. Oh, looks like I have some old. I guess I made some other changes I'd never committed. Well, let me fix that right now. So we just did adjusted damage values, I guess, because I did it in the weapons table too. So yeah, being able to track your damage if you have heroes or you have characters in your game in a CSV file is definitely a good thing. Or data file, maybe it can be JSON, whatever's easy for you. Highly recommend. So with that, I'm going to go switch over to the credits screen, which I wanted to work on next. This is kind of easy, low-hanging fruit, as I call it. So there's now a credits button in the front end, and that's actually in the latest build I put out last night, but it's not very polished and as far as the credits are, and I'm waiting on the other studio to tell me what to put for them. And I've already figured out what I'm going to put for mine. more or less. It's going to be a static screen because we got more than enough space for everything. So here is a new three dots button. Go here, and there's the credits. And I don't know, maybe I want to blur the background a little more or something. I'm not sure. Maybe it would make it easier to read. Yeah, I was thinking about putting a banner in the background though. On a note, for those of you who aren't familiar with AAA, oftentimes a AAA studio, I'm talking Microsoft or others, they often have co-devs doing work for them. And they can have multiple, and they often do. And those co-devs, they do a lot of the groundwork. Now, as far as getting credit in the games, it's actually a little more difficult than it sounds because my experience has been that the co-devs have to fight tooth and nail to get the AAA studio to credit them, because that may not always be in the contracts that they sign, for whatever reason, I guess. Maybe the lack of co-dev announcing will make a studio kind of seem bigger or more autonomous than they really are. But in my case, I want to make sure that the world knows that I didn't do the art for this game. It was Meta 3D Studios who did the art. So make sure they're front and center. And so with that, where's that banner I was looking for? I want an image. So let's add an image behind the Gameon. And which, by the way, what is that? It's top center. Okay. Is that top center? All right. And let's find some banner. What? Oh, I can't even see that. Let's see. What can we do? I thought I had more textures. No. Let me look for my context. I know I had other banners. Yeah, like this or this. Maybe. Yeah, I wonder how this looks. I don't know. I may not be sold on it, but let's see. Let's see how it looks in the front. I may blur it too. Ugh. No. I don't think so. Post match. Let's see how that looks. I thought that was supposed to animate. It's better. I'm still not sold on it. I could have sworn there was one that was animating. Oh, this looks better. We could look at that one next, but I'm thinking more about this one. Okay, and then I want to make it kind of a manila yellowish. I kind of want the waving banner, in fact. Yeah, let me look at the animated banners. That was in the flags pack, I think. UI animated flags. Here we go. No, it won't even let me see them. Yeah, that's kind of what I was thinking. Maybe demo 0, demo 1. So let's try some of these demo banners. See if that's at least the right look we want. It may be a little big. Oh, you know, with the right color, I think that can work. Yeah. So I may have noticed me kind of scratching my neck. I was out in the sun yesterday, and I got a sunburn, and it's healing, but it's itchy. And yes, I already put aloe on it, so it could have been more itchy. So, yeah, I mean that it's near a match with this flag here. Nano Dev, welcome. Yeah, maybe I could make that a bit darker. Let me try the other flags too. Oh yeah, like demo 1. Whoa, that's pretty hyped out. Let's do 1. That's a bit too wavy. 3, 4, 5. That's not what I want. Yeah, this might be the direction I want to go. Let me look at the properties here. For ripple strength, we can control color. Oh yeah. Let's just kind of entertain my thoughts. Let's do my banner credits. And we'll move that into the credits. Let's see. So let's move that into the project under UI, which in you correct anything something to burn. Yep. Well, there might be more tomorrow too. I try to balance, sitting in front of my desk all day against being outside more. And it's a funny thing. Even doing yard work feels good. I'm actually happy to do yard work because it gets me outside. Okay, so we have UI, front end, materials. So let's put it there. My banner credits, and we'll replace this. And all right, so we got that replaced. I said I wanted it a little darker, so we're gonna do that. Oh, it's a texture. Okay, maybe we can do it this way. Yeah, there we go. It's just a little darker. Maybe match the flags on the left side. And it's also a little weird that I almost want to put the logo on the flag. That would look better for sure. And the shadow's a bit deep. Let me make that shadow a little less deep. Where's the shadow settings? Oh yeah, here we go. That should be like 1 or 2. That's better. You had to do treadmill today and got a brief cold snap here? Yeah. Yeah, when it gets cold, it's too cold to hike or do stuff outside, then yeah, you gotta either go to the gym or you get your treadmill out or you get your weights out and do your thing. And I think I really do want to have the font embedded in the banner, so I'll get to that. Let me look at the other examples for how they got the font embedded in the banner. It was this one. What did they do? Okay, there's a banner, but where's the text? Where's the text? Yeah, here we go. Custom texture. So we'll need to make custom texture. Make it pretty basic. New. It's more than enough space. All right, let's just do, what was the font size in 160. Okay. So 160. And the font was, oh, Mega Kitty's around. What's going on, Mega Kitty? No, she's going to hide from the camera. Well, she'll work on it, and we'll keep an eye out. And for this, we're going to do Son of Bold. What the? Oh, I hate when it does that. Okay. Now, I wish I could remember why I did a incorporation S corp over an LLC. That was such a long time ago, like over 20 years ago, and I just don't remember. It was for tax reasons, but I just don't remember the details. All right, so how do I get an outline on this? Oh, right, I can't. There is no outline. I have to do this funky stuff, like was it the stroke? Or all right, let me review how to do that. How to do text outlines in the GIMP. Alpha to selection. All right, well, first let me save this. UI front end. We're going to say game on credits text. Okay, and I guess what I do is now it's going to duplicate this layer. So we have one to mess with. And then we'll say, click the, and then we'll do alpha to selection, and then select grow. Say 4 pixels. Oh, outline is 8. So let's grow by 8. Now that's pretty thick. But I guess that's what I had. So, and now create a new layer. And then bucket fill. Okay, and then go back, and there you go. Here, cropped content. Cropped content. Wait a minute, I thought I deleted this one. Oh, yeah, that was the old one, okay. Okay, image, cropped content. And then we'll save that and export game on credits text. And then I'm just looking up the folder where I put everything. Here we go. Now we can go back here. And then we go to the front end folder. Textures. And then we import the credits. Make sure it's in the UI. Now in Unity, when you set a texture group for an image, it will make internal adjustments to that image, like make it crisper and or other things, make it support or not support certain things. But with Unreal, I honestly don't know what the advantages of assigning it to the UI texture group. Never figured that out. Okay, so let's go to custom texture and assign it. Oh, that's not gonna look that good, but let's see how it looks. Let's hide this text. Ew. Oh, and it's tinted to boot. That's not what I wanted. I would have to also change the banner image itself to be tinted, and then just make the text Unless the text is tinted? No. No. Oh, wait, that looks... Oh, wait a minute. Am I tinting this whole image? I bet I am. Yeah. So let's get rid of that tint. Okay, that's better. But yeah, that's too big. Let's how does it even know? Okay, I just need to add some buffering. Let's make this height to be maybe 180. Center it. See how that looks. Better. It's still, we need to add a margin on the top. So what we do is move this layer, well, I gotta move these layers together like this. Make sure we capture the whole thing. So like this. Okay, let's try that. Okay, we got that. Now let's have a look at the... Alright, that's better. So, the question is, do I want to keep it that way? Now, back here, let's have a look. Oh, let me hide that text. To do that, we're going to go here. Visibility will be hidden. I like it better. I think it's maybe a bit too wavy. Let's kick the wave down a bit. Ripple strength, multiply. I honestly don't know what number of these things are. Strength multiplier, bottom left and right. And we can cut this down a bit. Now, or is it start? Okay, so that cut the rippling by about 50%, I think. Let's see how this looks. Okay, I like it better. Shadow looks okay to me. I think I want to blur the background a bit more. So let's go to the credits. Where was... I need an example of another widget that uses the background. No, that's not it. That uses that background blur. Maybe I just need to look at the one of the menus. Pause menu will have it. Braxton Wise, welcome. Doing an unusual Saturday morning stream. Because I was out and about yesterday, and today I really feel like working on my game. Alright, so I think there's a background blur here. I want to copy that. I want to apply this here, if it'll let me. So I have to put in the back here. Alright, let's size this image to be the whole thing. Yeah, so I'm still streaming on Monday, but it's just sometimes I stream off base, and I know people may not like that because it ruins their watch streaks. But, you know, I'm really trying to stream more as we get to the demo anyway. I really should. Alright. I'm not really noticing any blur. Alright, here's a way to tell. Let me put it at the bottom, or I should say the front. Okay, yeah, there's that blur. So, definitely blur. Let me see that again. Oh, yeah, it did make it blurrier. It's just maybe it needs to be more powerful, and maybe we need to ease it in a bit. So let's add the background blur to this. Let's track blur strength. Was it 4? Okay. So let's start the blur strength at 0. And then by the end of the animation, half a second, that'll be 8. See how that looks. Good to have a gaming on stream in the morning. Yeah. And Mega Kitty was here. Mega Kitty was here like 5 minutes ago and she left. So we missed the Mega Kitty. Alright, let's try this. Ew. Oh, it reset to the... Oh, okay. Let's see. It reset, I think, back to after when the animation finished, went back to 4. So this needs to be 8. So we'll make this 8, 2. See how that looks? Now it looks kind of weird. I don't like that the back button is not blurred and everything else is. You know, maybe I'm just going to get rid of that. Yeah, I think it'll be fine. I think the current background blur is enough. I can read this all right. Oh, I got to make one of these for Meta 3D Studios too. So let's get that banner going. Yeah, and I can shrink the banner if so Meta 3D is going to get back to me on what they want to read at the bottom here. So this is my studio and that's theirs. They're the artist, and they're the ones who I worked with for 4 years and compensated for their efforts. I only have the director and the CEO there, just the same guy, Randy Polk. But I don't have the artist who actually I worked with. He is one of them, but there's more. So I'm waiting for him to let me know how to present it. And as I said earlier in the stream before everyone showed up, oftentimes a co-dev has to fight tooth and nail to get in the credits for a game. I mean, you've seen a lot of games where they credit all the co-devs, but I don't know, I guess in our industry it's harder than it looks. And I don't know why the main studios are reluctant to give those credits, other than maybe just they're trying to make themselves appear bigger than they really are. So anyway, so we're going to do that for Meta 3D Studios. And we're going to do the same thing we did here. So let's hide these layers, change this text. Let me double check. He did tell me what to, let's see, Meta 3D. Please use Meta 3D Studios. That's weird. It's just names on the screen. Can't they do that well? Well, or I don't know. Again, I don't know why they wouldn't want to. I just don't know. Whoa. And that's also kind of big. We're going to need to make this bigger. So, no. Layer to image size. Oh, image. Fit. Where was the... Not crop, I want the other one. Fit canvas to layers. No, I gotta make this layer bigger. How do I do that? Or let's make a new one. For now, we're just gonna do size. Alright. That's better. Yeah, we're gonna keep it at the top. We're gonna actually want it to be lower. Okay, like this, maybe even a bit lower than that. Yeah, so I don't know. Again, I don't know why it's that way. I wonder if other AAA's people have worked in AAA on. I'll have to ask other streamers if they had that experience. So, but yeah, it's just something I kind of picked up along the way. So, all right, so we're gonna get rid of these layers. We don't need them. Now, let's see, let's take this layer, duplicate it, and now we're going to, what was that command? Select enough of the selection. All right, and then select grow, and we did 8, and then new layer, and then bucket fill. Bam. That's our outline. Now let's size things to content. Oh, actually, now I gotta adjust the top. I believe the top needs to be higher. So, like in the Gamian, yeah, there's a gap on the top I need here. Let's do 200. That'll be pretty generous, I think. Oh, no, that's too generous. Let's do 180, 170. Okay, I think that'll be fine. Now let's save that. Export. Now let's make a copy of this. We'll do image, banner, Gamion, and we'll do, oh, we got to import that too. So let's go in textures. Let's bring that in. Set it in the proper group. Again, I don't know what the value is of assigning this texture group in Unreal. I do know that in Unity it affects a lot of the under the hood rendering stuff. So now let's make a new banner for Meta 3D. Right, and then bring this down. Okay, that's about, let's center that. Might raise it up a bit. Banner, credits, Gamion. And now we'll do credits, banner, Meta 3D. There we go, Meta 3 Studios, which by the way, I needed to put a, where's that texture? So naming conventions with Unreal, typically you want to start a texture with a T underscore. Helps for naming. All right, and then we'll change this, and bam, there's Meta 3 Studios. Credits. Let's make that banner, looks a little tall. Let me, and not so much even the text, it's, I don't know, what if I squeeze this whole thing down a bit? Just a bit. Let me undo that and add a bigger margin on both the top and bottom of this. There's something looks off to me. Let's say, let's give it that 200. And let's move it down a bit. Actually, no, let's center it. Like that. That's better. Let's see if that looks good. There we go. Yeah, that looks better. Something about it, the other one just didn't look right to me. So let's have a look. Okay, that's good. So for now, so the credits, I think, oh yeah, I want to do some animations on this and then I'll be done for now. Again, I'm waiting on Meta 3D to get, I'm waiting on Randy to get back to me to tell me what else I should include down here and whether I'm using the correct title for him or not. So now, not only am I obviously trying to putting them in the credits, I also want them to have the freedom to decide how it looks with their names listed. So I want them to tell me what names they want to use and what positions, and even the formatting. Happy to do it because we work together, and just out of professional courtesy and fairness. So, and these banners do look kind of big, taking up like half the screen. I think I'm going to make the banners a little smaller too. So let's reduce the size just a bit, 22,000 to 1,800 and 500. 480. Yeah. Okay, that's a little better. They're taking up quite a bit of screen real estate here. Maybe 470. Okay. All right, they're centered, and that's good. So animations. I want to have them kind of fly in. So drop base buttons and then intro. So how do I want to do that? Yeah, I could just take the whole canvas and have it. No, I want to have it to fly in. Maybe one at a time almost, but that's going to be a lot of animation work. So I'm thinking something like we start at scale of 2, and then after half a second we go to 1, and we also have some render opacity as well, which I can apply to the whole canvas. Which would be easier actually. Let's just do this. Oh wait, I didn't want banner. Yeah, canvas panel, credits, render opacity, do 1 at the end, but then 0 at the start. So you get something like that. But I want the other elements to also animate. So let's bring up, again, it's going to be a lot of elements. Header. So there's the banner, and then the header comes next. We'll start that one a little sooner. So let's do 1/10 of a second later. We'll scale. And then we want to do, what's it, 1/10 of a second, so we'll have this, it's 1. Wait a minute. Where's, oh, I started it too soon, so let's do, these should be over, no, that's right, I had it right. Oh, I moved the whole thing, didn't want that. Wait a minute, what if I just drag this back? Well, wait a minute. So banner. Oh, it never set the. Okay, so this should be 1. Oh, I know why. I'm not even using that anymore. Let me delete that. I don't need this anymore. There. Now let's bring this in. Maybe I know a faster way to do this. So bring this in. Then bring this in. And this should be at the top. And maybe I can copy and paste like so. Okay, alright, so now we're getting somewhere. Now we want to do the same for Meta 3D. And then next. Should be here. And then next, before. Alright, and then we're going to paste the transform here, here, and here. So they all kind of come together, but I want to do it, let's space it out. So we start, this is a 0, this is going to be at like this. Oh, I have to do the render opacity individually. This won't work. So I'm going to have to add render opacity to every one of these. Be 0 and 1. Oh, why is it not rendering now? Okay, we're getting there. Same thing with this. There. Okay, now let's stretch these out. Let's see, 1, 2, 3. Four, 5. Image banner Gamian. This should start, yeah, like that. So put it all together. Yeah, that's what I want. So let's save that and give it a spin. Oh, I didn't play the animation. So we do play animation forward. Intro. Oh, and we gotta hide them all at the start. Okay. Let's see. So I'm gonna do that. Let's do some visibility changes here. And this is going to get fun. So we're going to do the banner 1 and 2. Meta 3D 3 and 4. And with Unreal blueprinting, you can actually call the same function on multiple nodes easily, instead of having to make this node a bunch of times over. You can do that with some nodes. It's really handy. So we hide them all, and then we make it so they're all hidden to start. And then with the animation, we'll make them visible. So here we add a new node for visibility, and it will be non-hit testable. So we're going to add it to each of these. And that should make it work. No, they're still visible. That was supposed to be fixed by this right here. Oh, we don't want to restore state for the intro. Okay, so why are they visible? Unless I did something wrong. Oh, yeah, here we go. I thought I moved these all. Oh yeah, here we go. Time 0. Oh, I guess they were all... okay. I need to move those keys over... Yeah, I did that wrong. So, visibility... to be non-hit testable here. Oh, it should be hidden here. Okay. Yeah, like that. This one looks like... Oh, that's odd. I think that one's starting too late. At this point, this one should start being visible. Like that. And this should be over here. Okay, let's see if that works. That's better. Let's do it again. Yeah, that'll do for now. Still need to get word back from Meta 3D on their final wording, but I think it's pretty good. So let's save that. Didn't need that. Polish pass on credits screen. And I'm going to mark that one as, I think, done. And when the studio gets back to me, I'll just put their changes in. So this is now done, as far as I'm concerned. The next thing, oh yeah, the ping wheel. Well, let me sort by priorities here. What do we got still? I'm working on the high priority stuff right now. Server griefing, support, option in the lobby for players to search for other games and join. Yeah, so here's the thing. When I release the demo, I'm planning for the worst, and which is to be like almost no players or not enough for a match. So what I'm doing for that is I'm going to let players from a match or from the lobby, I want to let them search for other games. And because if there was more players, then every time a match ended, I would just have everyone go jump to another server, kind of like hero shooters do. But I don't have that many players, so that act of jumping to another server is going to have to be manually triggered for now. So that's something that, but that's kind of the harder option. I think, let's see, where's my, oh yeah, space testing abilities. Let's look at the ping wheel. I haven't really touched this very much. I'm not sure. So let me show you how the ping wheel works. It's something that players didn't even know existed, and I already added a tip. So when a new player plays in the match, they'll see a tip at the bottom of the screen that says, "Hey, you can ping your teammates to tell them things." So that's been in the game for a while, but no one ever uses it because no one knows it exists. And another way to show that it exists is a change I made to the settings menu. Let me show you all what I did to the settings menu a few days ago. Okay, so I did a reskin on the settings menu. I changed the font and the background a bit. So, but most of it looks like the same. And if you're an Unreal Engine developer, you would recognize this layout easily from the Lyra, or Lyra as it's called, test sample project that developers use to, model off for making an FPS. Well, I liked their settings menu, so I modeled off that. And this is almost beat for beat how theirs looks, with different fonts, different backgrounds, different colors. But I want to show you is the gamepad. So what Lyra does not have is a standalone tab for gamepad versus keyboard and mouse, and B, this graphic here that I put in that lets you see how your controller is set up. I can't think of a more helpful thing for gamers, for gamers using the gamepad for something like this. There's not much enough room for a keyboard here, and it would be a big pain in the butt to do. And this is fairly readable enough for now. And here's the ping, middle mouse button. But yeah, I'm pretty happy about this. So, but the other thing is that I haven't had many people play this game with the gamepad, even though I think a lot of people are. So what I got to do during the demo is put a word out that I'm not settled on the default control setup, and I really want feedback on that. So I'm hoping to get it. But this certainly does help explain the controls pretty well, I think. The only alternative setup styling I think for this, I would probably have it like wooden brown, but I don't know. I want more green in the soccer game. So that's the thing I added. So let's look at the ping wheel. I'm going to do that from the danger room. So, make this easier for you. Let's see. I'll get Dodger to do it. Dodger. Okay, so you hold down the middle mouse button, and then the ping menu appears. Oof. I think we need some words here. Needs some text beneath the icons. We've got pass me the ball, which should not appear if you have the ball, by the way. I'm pretty sure it does appear. Need offense, need defend the goal. So pass me the ball. It does this animation like that. Give me the ball. I'm not really sold on that floating icon either. It looks like it's just kind of prototypey, not really polished. Then we have need offense. And where is that? I think that was on the enemy's goal is where it would appear at. If you need defense, then it renders this. Do that again. Defend the goal. So this will appear. I think this is good. Let me put the enemy's goal in and we'll see what that looks like. Because I think that's good. So do this. Let's just put it over here. And we'll say this belongs to the other team. Okay, so let's use that ping wheel again. So we want to do offense. That may not be working. Let me switch teams real quick. Oh, I got stunned. Here, now I'm on blue team. Well, there you go. So yeah, we got. If you ignore the blueprints, ignore the footprints thing. Yeah, that's. Yeah, we want offense, and that's gonna sword. That's a sword there. Let's. By the way, I think I'm gonna change that sword too. So again, back to blue. Oh yeah, that's another thing. So I got this path. I put this in a few weeks ago. And if you aim toward a ally, then you'll know you can pass to them. All right, let's try it again. Need offense. Okay, and there you go. So I kind of want to make this like a maybe the two blades crossed. Maybe want to change that icon to two blades crossed. I like the shield. I think that'll stick. And then this needs some work because I already have the ball, so this shouldn't even be an option. Also, it's using the wrong font. So a couple changes I want to make to the ping. Ping wheel icon, what was that? Oh, never mind. Okay. There's your ping wheel. Oh, this has got to come back to me. Yeah. I may need a separate ping wheel altogether for when you have the ball. I haven't worked on the ping wheel since oh man, maybe last summer, or maybe the Christmas before last. Maybe that was it, but that was a long time ago. Oh, all right. So I gotta remember this stuff. All right. Well, let's look at our textures. Here we go. Oh, a cancel. I don't have a cancel. Well, don't really need one. Just aim at the center. That's fine. Ping wheel offense. So again, I want to change this icon. I actually had a similar icon I wanted to use. Let's see if I remember where I put it. Yeah, this is the icon I want to use. All right, let's re-import that. See how that looks. Oh yeah. Yeah, I like it better. Need offense. All right, let's see about putting labels on that. Oh, display text needs to be sauna. And, alright, so let's see if that font takes effect. Yeah, that's better. You know what? That I kind of want to shrink it just a tinge. I want to shrink it down just a tiny bit. It's just scale layer 60. That's better. It was like getting a little close to the edge there. Permission denied. Okay, let's try that again. Had to delete it for some reason. That's weird. Now let's re-import it. Okay, that's better. Okay, that's better. Although it's still a bit bigger than the shield. Yeah, I'll shrink it a little more. Yeah, that's better. Alright, let's think about getting labels. And I think that was the other widget. So let's go here. Okay, this was centered, so let's make the text centered as well. We want to do the same alignment. .45, and then we will change the font. Change the justification. Alright, so let's see what that does so far. Yeah, that's good. That's what I want to see. Let's make it a little lower. Let's do 55. Maybe that's a bit low. Let's see if it still fits on the wheel. Oh. Yeah, it still fits. But I want to make it like a one-word. I want to do a one-word description if I can do that. And probably want it to be outlined too. So we got icon image. Actually, this should be image icon. I like to put the type of control as a prefix. When text. What do you call the ping action? Is it just action? Huh, I'll just call it action. Alright. So, how do we fill that out? Oh, we got the table row right here. So we'll need a new table column for the action, like one verb. Maybe I'll call it verb. There's display text, but that's too long, and that's reserved for when you have it selected. We want to do something else. So let's go back to this table. Okay, that's in code. So we're going to need to make a new field here. So we got display text. And we're just going to call it verb text. Alright, and then we'll hook that in. And while we wait for that, I want to do a quick shout out to... Oh, waiting here. Want to do a shout out to Just Cavino, who's streaming right now. Freedom Forge Studios. So,
how could you do without the meat on a burger? Mind blown.
Well, you can ask questions like that on his stream and ponder the universe and burgers on his stream. He's streaming right now, so if you like to watch multiple streams at once, I recommend you add him to your list. So he's developing a multiplayer space capture the flag game in Godot. So if you're looking into getting Godot or working in Godot, I definitely recommend watching his stream. All right, verb text. Here we go. So I need one word that will describe the action, if I can. Brevity is the soul of wit, as they say. So where's the text? Okay, tint color, brush. Oh, okay, it doesn't happen here. Okay, so we'll need to do value, and then we'll add the text here. So we need to expose this property to a variable, and then we can do our thing. Where's that row? Okay, so with this change, what should happen is we see no text anymore, no placeholder text, because we haven't put the verbs in yet. Good. Now let's come up with those verbs. So I would just say pass. I think describes that well. Defend. Attack. Or no. No, defend clearly refers to the goal. I need a one word that says go after their goal. Maybe strike, because that's what strikers do in soccer. Yeah, I'll do strike. Wow, I need to make the fonts a little bigger and put it lower. Pass, strike. What the? Oh, that's weird. Let me do that again. Something looked weird. That's what I thought. It's not unscaling. The top row isn't unscaling when I unselect it, but these are. I wonder why that is. It's like I'm not getting the unselected event from the top. Yeah, it's not getting the unselected event. So why is that? Clear active selection. Yeah. Oh, I can't put a breakpoint. So there's a bug. Well, I consider it a bug in a real engine. If you put breakpoints in widgets, and like screen UI elements, sometimes it won't trigger the breakpoint. And this is one of those cases. I don't understand why. I don't like that. Makes it my job harder. It works just fine. But why not the first one? Let me have a look at this. I want to know what the selected index is. That's right. Okay, let's look at the other one. Yeah, that should have unselected it. Let me double check. Yeah, it did. Okay, so it is clearing the active selection. Oh, I knew it. It's this. Greater than or equal to 0. Now it should work. Yep, there you go. Now, I kind of want to move the icons up a little bit. No, but it's centered. Well, let's see how this looks. This looks better to me. I want to move the font, the text up with it. Yeah, strike, defend. So, pass me the ball, need offense, defend the goal. Yeah, this is better than it was earlier this morning. This needs a little some work. Okay, so I'm going to save what I got right now, and then I'm going to start making some more changes. Oh, and by the way, that was kind of a bad description for the change list. I should put exactly what I had changed, but until the demo is actually out, I'm not too overly concerned about super descriptive change lists. It's once the demo is out for people to be playing, then I want to be very thorough with every change list so I know what breaks and what caused things to break. But before that, I can be a little casual. Okay, next step. How do I make it so the pass me the ball ping does not appear if I've already got the ball? That's the next question. So here I got the ball, but then I activate my ping wheel, and I can, but pass me the ball. I don't want that. How do I fix that? Hopefully it's something easy. Here we go. Oh, wait a minute. Is this constructed every time? Oh, good. Good, good, good. So I need to encapsulate this into a helper function. Let's see what we got. Where we actually, okay, that's where we construct them. Get the table names. All right. So we're making a utility function get. Oh, Mega Kitty's back. So adorable. So what I'm going to do here is replace, get rid of some of these tabs we're not using here, this. Let's see, select in items. Is that what I called it? Fair enough. It really should be get selection names. And then for this, oh, I just saw something even better. Location rule. B can have ball. You know, I'm going to say can have ball. Make that true. But if it's false, then we won't let them present the option. And we'll get to that. Okay, so we'll hang on to this. And we're going to save it and then come back to it. Alright, back to this. First we want to figure out if we actually have the ball or not. Make that a new pin. Alright, so how do I figure that part out? I think I need to get the owning player pawn. Does possess ball. Okay, that should be, I think that's right. And then we'll do let's update the table first. So we'll say can have ball, no. I think this is the correct logic. So we're saying if we can have the ball, or he doesn't have the ball, because if he does have the ball, then this would reevaluate to false. He can't have the ball is false, then okay, so that should work. And then if that, then we add the name. Okay, I think that should make it work. So let's go back to the rest of the graph and use our new function. That's a utility function. Like that. good for our initial calculations. And we're going to use it again. Okay, we got one more. Oh yeah, get... Okay, I think that's what I needed to change. So let's see if that works. Okay, so yep, so we can pass me the ball. Now I have it. Moment of truth. Yes, it worked. So now that I have the ball, we no longer have the pass thing. So let's give it to my ally, and now it's back. Love it. Okay, and then I want to change that. Okay, so last thing I want to do for the pinwheel, for the demo, is this icon looks awful. Maybe I think I just want to get rid of the background on it. I just want to get rid of that background. Where is it anyway? Maybe it's this one? Okay, so it's part of it's a system. Oh no, that's different. Okay, that's nav. Wait, is that in the background? Okay, so there's no halo. Where's the halo coming from then? I forgot. Oh, that. Yeah, we don't need that. So this appears, like if I want the ball and I'm off screen, then this will appear for, let's see, and this will appear for my teammates. Okay, there must be another widget here. Feel. Hit. This is it. Yeah, let's just get rid of that halo. Let's make that a little bigger. So the original image, let's make this... Oh, okay. Nav. Okay, that's an overlay. So how do I make it bigger? I guess maybe in the pulse. So it goes from to 1. So let's make this 1.2 and 1.4. I want it to be more visible, so let's do that. So now we do the ping. Yeah, that's better. I think it's clear enough too. I think I can. I think it's clear enough. I kind of want to have an outline on it though, but that I don't know if I can do that. Yeah, none of the other icons really have an outline to them. I think I'll keep it that way for now. And I think it's good enough for the demo. And I don't think it's a big deal that there's no icon outline on this icon. For now. I might change my mind on that later. Okay, so that resolved, I think, the concerns I had with the ping wheel. I think it's probably ready for the demo at this point. The AI doesn't use it, and that's intentional. Maybe in the future I can make the AI smarter and use that icon, but for now that's going to be a no. Ping wheel now no longer gives the option to request the ball if you already have it. Alright, removed halo from ball. Ping texture. Okay. So that is done. I think that's demo ready. So we're going to go to my task and say done. Alright, and then let's look at the remaining high priority tasks here. We're doing the custom lobby. That I may need to do offline because I need to do some testing on it that requires network setup, server anti-griefing behavior and password support. Yeah, I think this is the one that doesn't search for other players. So this is one I already started. This is the practice field. There was one thing I wanted to do to that, and then I want to just look it over, look for bugs. So we're going to go to the practice. I take you all to the practice field. I don't know how many of you have seen this yet. So this is a sandbox that players can go to from the main menu and just kind of run around, do stuff. So you got the practice field. You got, and it is kind of dark, a little dark. But you got this area where you can spar with enemies. You have target dummies where you can test your weapon's effectiveness and see the hit points that they would cost. This is you can choose the hero you want to play as. And then this is your practice aiming the ball and kicking it around. And then this is practicing against the goalie. So it's kind of a freestyle kind of setup. I guess maybe a guided tutorial would benefit players, but I like freestyle better as a player because I have more freedom to do what I want. So I'm going to leave it like this, and if there's a lot of people requesting a guided tutorial, then I'll consider it, but for now it's freestyle. And there's already a bug I noticed earlier. I want to make sure that the AI cannot leave this field here, because I thought I saw him leaving this field here. So let's test that. So spawn an enemy, make him chase me a bit. Oof. Oh, got me before I could leave. Yeah, and here's the thing. He should not be... Now he's there, but that's outside. I don't know how he got there when this is... He's not supposed to get there. I don't know how he got there. And I thought for sure that is a problem with this, but it's not. Yeah, now he's stuck. So I don't know, because he's outside the bounds. I'm not sure how to deal with that. I may have to deal with that offline because I'm not sure. But there was one other thing I did want to deal with, which was easier to fix. So when I shoot these targets, you can see kind of see the hit points there. And that's just sloppy. I mean, well, it's not polished. It's been like that for a long time, and it's time to beef it up a bit. New font, bigger font, and maybe even like a red to indicate that they're losing health. Not only that, but it shows like floating point. I don't want it to show 7 point. Now I want it to show 8 for now. I want to show whole numbers. So let's go to the dummy. Where is the... Okay, there's the damage text. Really, it should be its own component. Show damage numbers. But no, I'm going to leave it here for now. Where is it? I don't even see the... Oh, the opacity, it's probably 0. Oh no, it's not visible. There we go. So let's have a look at that damage text. Okay, setting relative location. So that's how that's set. Z is 220. Yeah, there we go. I want to make this a little higher. So let's move it to 230. 240. No, 230 is fine. So let's raise this by 10. Change the font. And let's make the font bigger. That should be 40. See how that looks? Okay, it needs an outline. And it should be bigger still. Okay, does this support outlines? No. No outlines. Wait a minute, what's... default text material opaque. Yeah, that's not right. It needs to be unlit texture. Also, wait a minute. If it's opaque, why is it... Okay, here we go. Text renderer. No, that's not right. What's my text material? Because I thought I had an opaque one. Sorry, unlit. Ah, okay. So where is this used? Oh, here it is. Sonobold unlit. So why am I not using that here? There we go. So that's unlit. Okay, that's looking better. Still wish I had an outline though. Yeah, I almost want to make it like a, I don't know, widget. Oh, like a 2D widget almost. Okay. hide that. And we're going to do the rounding part. How do I actually have it round? Oh, maximum here, fractional digits is at 0. Alright, that should probably fix that problem. Alright, let's switch it up to a brawler. There you go. Now you see you're doing more damage that way. You know, I kind of want to put like a minus sign behind it to better indicate that it is. Let's do format text. Maybe, but maybe not. Let's see. Let's see how it looks. I don't think it really adds much value. Oh, yeah, that didn't damage them. Yeah, the slide should have applied some damage. I wonder if I can get that to happen. So the slide should have done damage, and it's not doing any. How am I detecting damage? It's only filtering on, hey, Toast Develops, thanks for the follow. Welcome. I am Gamion. For those who don't know, I'm a AAA developer by day and indie by nights and weekends, and this is the weekend. Yes, you are my 300th follower. I had 300 followers like a week ago, and then one of them dropped. So yes, you are now my 300th follower. So I'm working on an online multiplayer soccer brawler called Field of Heroes that I want to release in spring as a demo. And then, early access in summer, after the next Fest. So I'm working on this on my free time for 4 years now and counting, 4 years, 2 months ish. And so my free time, again, this is not my AAA stuff. This is just me. It's me and an artist who I worked with, who did all the art. This is actually one of the older fields that we kind of phased out. But then I brought back in as a practice field because I had it, might as well use it. So yeah, so I'm just doing some tweaks for the demo. It looks like, yeah, the reason why that needs to be a hero character. That's why it's not happening. And maybe, and this isn't a pawn either, I don't think. Oh yeah, it is a pawn. Okay. maybe this should damage pawns. Maybe that's my problem. Let's do pawn static class. And see if it's hostile. I wonder if that'll fix it. So maybe this should make their slide hit damage these target dummies. And but if you haven't seen it, I did actually release a new trailer a few weeks ago that shows some of the newer stuff. So let me, while this is building, let me bring that up real quick. So, and this is all online multiplayer, and it's also player hosted, so there's no server farms or anything like that, because I can't afford that. And I've already got lots of things in place to make it so you don't have to wait long in a queue, because there's AI backfill, and that's a really important thing. The AI backfill makes it so you can... oh, I have the background music on still. Oops. So yeah, there's AI backfill, so you're never really alone. You're never truly alone in the game. And it looks like my change just fixed it, so now when I go over here and I do my tackle, then yeah, now they all take damage. So that's better. So these training dummies tell you how much damage you're doing with your weapons. Yeah, notice that if you get closer it does more damage, but if you're farther away as a range, then it does less damage. So I think that part's working now. The only part that's not working, I think, in this practice field, well, is the fact that the enemies can they can pursue you outside of this area. It's better demonstrated with a melee. Let me unspawn them. Maybe I'll get lucky with a melee enemy. Nope, that's the same one. Oof, almost got me too. Let me hit my health recover real quick. There we go. So here he is. He's properly respecting the bounds of the field. Then, okay, so he's there, and now he's stuck because he's technically outside of the nav mesh. I don't know what's going on. That's the last bug I think I want to fix here. So he's confused because he's outside the nav mesh. He can't do anything. So how he got out there, I don't know, and that's a mystery to me. So that's what I'm trying to figure out. I may have to figure that out offline, honestly. So yeah, that was an improvement. So let me log that improvement. I want to do one other improvement. Let's do. I want to test one other thing. I want to see if Prowler, the were-orc, also does that damage when hit with his tackle, with his tumble. And that's a yes. Wait, 30? I thought that tackle was 20. Let me take a quick look in his ability table. Tumble damage is 20. So why is he... Why was that 29? So with this, that should... Whoa. Oh, you know what? That didn't... Ah, that didn't hit. What was his... I need to fix that too. So let's go to Prowler Slice. Charge forward ability, okay. Probably the same issue. Is there an overlap? Oh, no, actually it's an overlap test probably. So let's go Prowler. Alright, is there a trace or an overlap test here for that? Yeah, here we go, tumble collision. Oh no, he should be applying damage. Let's verify that. Oh wait, that was his tumble, not his. It was his slice. So let me go back to his slice. Okay. Handle contact hits. Yeah, authority trace hit. Oh, do I not do a, oh wait, hit task, okay. Oh, that's a pawn, so that should have hit. So let me figure this out. Oh, okay. So that was it. All right, let's try it again. Charge forward, slice. I think this will fix it. And we're waiting for that to come up. Alright, looks like we're up. And we're up now. Alright, so let's go back to Prowler. Let's do that slice again. Okay, so it's not showing that hit point. So let's do contact hit. Yeah, apply gameplay effects. And the target, the instigator is Prowler. Hit actor is the training dummy. Okay, that checks out. But there's no damage. Let me check something here. So it doesn't think it received damage. Oh, okay, don't need to cast that. It's not sure what I'm missing here. Fix this here. Yeah, I mean, everything looks right. Apply gameplay effects back to target. And the spec to apply is damage. So let's look at the damage effect. Maybe there's something in it that I'm missing. Health. Yeah, that looks right. No tag requirements. And the training dummy has the attributes set for health. Otherwise, I wouldn't take other kinds of damage. Yeah, there it is, health attribute set. So, I don't know what I'm missing. And the training dummy... let's see... Yeah, 55 health. You know, I think it also needs a health bar, kind of like the players have. That makes it better message the effect that the player's damage is having on them. Yeah, there's that damage number with regular damage. Tumbles. Yeah, so he's doing the tumble, which is also should be 20, not 30. So he's got a couple problems here. And for his tumble, let me see. GE damage tumble. You know what? I bet the tumble damage is wrong. I bet it's using the wrong magnitude. I see probably tumble damage. So that's 20. Wow, this is really weird. But when they receive damage, let's make sure I got the number right. $29. Where is that coming from? Probably really tumble damage. Yeah, this is so weird. Unless there's something about the, something odd about the training dummy that I'm just missing. Well, I think I might probably take a break and then get back to this. So let me clear all this out and let me commit what I had changed. Which, by the way, I don't believe we need the hero character included in. Yeah, we don't need that. Make sure that compiles. Yeah, it does. So we'll see. I did not change this. And we'll say charge forward. Abilities can now damage non-hero pawns, which actually was a bug. And then improvements to training dummy health damage display. So I would like to have that outline around the font, but who knows? Actually, if I do that widget, then I can move it there, which would even be even better. So maybe I'll do that. But first things first, I'm going to take a break. It's only been 2 hours since I started streaming, but I want to get some lunch and other things. So with that, I'm going to send this off to Just Cavino. I was working on his multiplayer game as well. And thanks everyone for coming by this morning. I may stream again later this afternoon after my break. We'll see. I may decide to just work offline until Monday, but we'll see. So again, thanks everyone for coming by, and I will see you either later this afternoon. If not, I will see you at Monday at 7 p.m. Central Time.